Hi folks, welcome back everyone out there. David is on again. Thanks for waiting, and I apologize my little creativity break, but I needed it, and now I'm on again with a new series of little videos which I call Violin Skill Boosters. What I will do is today you will have 5 tricks. I will present you 5 amazing, awesome tricks which will help you to increase your violin skill level. Before we start with this, thanks a lot for subscribing. Keep on subscribing, please keep on sharing, and don't forget to click the bell to follow and to stay tuned whenever new videos gonna be on. But now let's grab the violin and let's start into this new episode. There we go. Before I will present you all the tricks, one very important thing for everyone out there. Everything what you're going to learn today, use it wisely and use it constantly. Constantly practicing and constant workout is the most important thing in life in any case. I mean, constant doing stuff is actually the best, right? And if you do and keep on doing something constantly, it's gonna be better. But with this trick specifically, you really need to use them all the time. It doesn't matter if you play scales or concerts, if you play at home or on stage, just use them always. And the more you will use them, the more you will practice with all these tricks and tips I'm gonna give you today, the better and faster you will increase your level. But now let's start with trick number 1, which I call hair power. This trick is pretty simple. If you play the violin, take a mirror and watch yourself how you play, and specifically put the focus on this part of your arm hand. And you will see that if you watch this and then you watch your hair, you will recognize that about 20% of the hair is actually not playing the strings. So what you need to do is you just turn like this, and you will see that the hair like this gonna be 100% on the string. This is how the most people are playing. This is how you should play. And why should you play like this? Pretty simple. If you want to have a better sound, a fattier, juicier, greater, most solistic sound, you need to turn your bow. If you want to play a better, more articulated spiccato, you need to turn the bow. And the funny thing is, at the beginning, you should learn and practice most of the time, maybe not piano, pianissimo, just go for a really comfort forte, fortissimo. But then you will see that even if you play a piano, pianissimo, spiccato, or just normal notes or slurs or whatever, you will see the sound gonna be different, gonna be better. And the huge benefit of this technique, playing with 100% of the hair, is that if you play on stage, everyone will understand and hear what you play. Okay, so let's make a little example. If you play normal, but now you turn, like I said, it's gonna be a fatter sound. The most important thing with this technique is, by the way, and this is really important, now listen carefully, is that you don't play just into this direction, like kind of in the direction behind you or to the side. You need to play away from you. Imagine like you're a cat and you do this, like you stretch away. And why do you need to do so? Only this will give you full hair until the very end of the bow. So don't play like this, you play into this direction. And the other thing also important is, if you play this technique, leave the elbow as much as possible. The elbow should be like this, hanging, like perfectly relaxed, and hang on the bow. I know we hold the bow, but imagine like this is how it should be. Like you should put the weight down and be relaxed here. Stay relaxed, and then you will have a lot of weight, and plus you turn the bow, it's gonna be great sound. And for the spiccato, it's the same. If you play a spiccato normal, but then you turn, you see it's way more articulated. There is a better impulse, and it's gonna be better. Another little trick for the spiccato is, of course, check that you never play in the upper half of the bow. The spiccato should always happen in the lower half of the bow. Where exactly, this is your job. Just find the perfect spot. But the main message is, turn your bow, use 100% of hair, and your sound and spiccato and also other things gonna be better, and you will feel way more confident. And now, let's go to trick number 2. Trick number 2 is how to play in tune and how to practice to play in tune. Well, this trick I'd love to call actually pretty simple open string tuner. What I mean is, if you want to tune out something, instead of using an app on the phone or using a tuner, electric one or whatever, use an open string. Why do I say so? The funny thing is that it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or intermediate or a professional. Your ear is kind of, I would say, in the most cases, it's programmed to either to hear something and to understand if it's nice sound-wise or it's not nice. And the thing with the moment where you play two notes simultan, however, same time, then you will hear if they really go hand in hand and if there is this coincidence or not. And this has to do with physics and blah blah blah, whatever. This is not important right now. But what I mean is, let's say for example you have something to play like this, and then you play it and it's kind of not really in tune, and you need to tune it out. So what you do now, you take an open string, and in this case, if you play for example on the A and the E string, of course you should take a lower open string which is close by as the reference tuning string. If you play on the lower strings, you take, of course, the next upper open string as the reference tuning string. In that case, I play on the A string, so I take the D string as the reference tuning string. And you will see, let's try it right now. I don't know if you will understand, or you do understand what I mean. Now I put my finger on purpose a bit wrong, the H. And you hear it's like, stop it. It's like really painful. And then you search for the right place, and then you will find a place where it sounds really great. Okay? Can play up and down, whatever, but always with the open string. You start slow and then you also can increase the level. And once you feel confident and you have all the right spots and you feel also that you memorized the spot which was not in tune, then you just leave the open string again, don't play it anymore, and then and it's gonna be perfect in tune. If you have doubles or chords, this one is actually the same. If you have doubles to play, let's say something randomly, something like this, and you want to play it in tune. Same here, you just leave one part of the doubles, let's say the lower one. So instead of I play, and then the next time I play the lower line and I leave the upper line. And if I do so, again I tune out the lower and the upper line with the help of the open string which is nearby, and then I put that together and it's gonna be perfect. This is the trick about how to play in tune. I hope you understand, so grab the violin and try this trick. And now let's go to trick number 3. Trick number 3 is a bit tricky, but I love it because this is my favorite trick to train confidence, to train technical problems, to train, playing in tune, to train so many things. And the trick goes like this. You take the violin, and then you need to place it either on a shelf or somewhere which is same height as like you stand, or you just lean towards a wall. You can put something in between the wall and the violin, like a tissue or something, so it's kind of solid. And then you put your fingers on the fingerboard, like kind of hanging, and then, and this is the trick, you remove your thumb. And try this trick to practice a day, or if you wish, like all your life, without the thumb. What will happen is that you won't grab and squeeze the violin like we do sometimes. And we do this because there are these difficult spots, right? And then you start squeezing. This is a reflex, which is supernatural. And what is happening, if you leave the thumb, you never will squeeze and struggle the violin. And this is so much, so important. So try this, leave the thumb, and just practice whatever you want to practice, scales, concertos, just without the thumb. And you will see, whatever you do, shifting gonna be better, intonation gonna be better, sound gonna be better a lot. And the most important thing, some of you might feel like you have a certain tension here and things are going wrong and you feel like super stiff. Often it comes from the thumbs, because we used to do this if things are getting hard. Leave the thumb, practice without the thumb, and have fun the moment where you put the thumb back, and you will see how much easier things will go. But once you put the thumb back, your brain memorized how it is without. And if you do this constantly, every day, every week, every month, every year, practicing without thumb, you will see that the thumb, you will just lose this aggressive, struggling, I don't know, habit. And this is the most important thing, right? You will be more free in playing. And this is such a great trick, so just grab the violin and try it. Let's go to trick number 4. Trick number 4 is about shifting. I call the trick aim and shoot. Why is it so hard sometimes to hit the right notes? Well, first of all, I did a video on this topic, shifting, so check the video, which is pretty good, I find. But there is one trick which I'd love to tell you today. Imagine if you shoot bow, or if you have a piece of paper and you need to throw it somewhere. Often this is easy, right? Why? Because we learned the distance, we learned like how fast or strong you need to throw something or to do something that this object is landing where we want it to land. Same on the violin. Just try to forget for a little while that this is something holy and you need to just forget this. Imagine there is just a distance. You have a note where you start and you have a note where you land. The trick goes like this. Let's say we have something like this. So F sharp is the starting note, this note is the landing. Now you're gonna play step number 1, this note, the landing note, for easy 1 minute. Just for fun, with a good vibrato, with a lot joy, heart, and just have fun with this. You know, like this. And if you did so, or if you do so, watch your finger and tell yourself, like, I memorized the place. I know where you are. I know where I need to go. I know this is the place. Kind of. And when you did this, you go back to the starting note. And now you leave the bow, don't play. You play just with a finger. You play the F sharp or whatever note it is. And then you just jump and just trust. It's kind of like you throw something. That was wrong. And it will work. And it will work because if you really put a lot focus on the note and you play it for a minute or 2 or 10, I don't know, you will memorize the spot. And often the problem is why shifting is going wrong. Also, it's going wrong because the starting note is never so played with love. Often people are really kind of scared already by the shifting, so they forget to finish nicely before they shift. But the most important thing is the start note needs to be really beautiful, and then you do the shifting. It will help you. Pay attention on this. But this is the trick, so you kind of play the note, go back, put down the bow, and you will hit the right note. This is the trick. Try it out and have fun with this. And now let's go to the last trick, number 5. The trick number 5 is also a very impressive trick if you learn constantly this trick and if you really use it on everything what you do. It's simply about the start. Easy start. This trick goes like this. Often you know that you start a concert or just a piece in front of the family, Christmas, I don't know, whatever. And then it goes like this, or like this, or like this. Yeah? What you need to do is put your violin and the bow down, and now you just give yourself 2 seconds and 1 good breath and you start. So from this position until the starting note, it's 2 seconds. And down. Up. And down. Up. And you will see, if you really practice this every day, it doesn't matter. If you start the scales, do this the same. Down. You know? And this is exactly what I mean. You need to train yourself to lose this fear of starting. There should be no fear. I mean, it's super simple. Just grab the violin and start. Don't pay attention to who is sitting there. I mean, you should have fun playing the violin. It's just about you. It's not about the audience. You should have fun. And that's why it's so simple and it's so important to train this simple thing, to start with a lot of confidence, you know? Whatever you play, okay? A little side add on this is, when you start playing, always put the bow down and then start. Never do this slow something, yeah? Just put it down and start. Don't be afraid by a little or something at the beginning, or a little articulation or a little impulse at the beginning of the note. Don't be scared by this, because this is so important. The better you land, it's like a plane, you know, like a plane, if it's landing, it needs to hit really the ground a bit, because otherwise the wheels won't work. So same here. If you start like this, nah. Just start, even if it's a little, doesn't matter, or here. Just put the bow down, start. 2 seconds, 1 breath. There you go. That's it for today. Have fun with this, grab the violin, and now let's go practicing. Cheers.